In the world of Assassination Classroom, Koro-sensei and Principal Asano stand as towering figures, each representing a distinct philosophy of power. At first glance, they appear as mere teacher and principal, but this duo embodies a deeper conflict, a battle of ideologies that challenges not only how one leads, but also how one perceives strength and growth. Koro-sensei, a being of immense power, could have easily ruled through dominance, yet he opts for a path less trodden. His belief in empowerment over control sets him apart, painting a vivid contrast against Principal Asano's rigid, hierarchical world. Koro-sensei embraces a philosophy that might be likened to the nurturing care of an Enneagram Type 2, the helper. His core desire is to reveal the student's potential, guiding them towards self-reliance and inner strength. Imagine a gardener who patiently tends to each plant, not overshadowing their growth, but instead fostering an environment where they can flourish independently. His message is clear: I am here to make you strong enough to stand on your own, a promise that speaks to the heart of a teacher who sees beyond momentary excellence. In contrast, Principal Asano's method echoes the motivations of an Enneagram Type 3, the achiever. Driven by a need for success and image, Asano harnesses fear as a tool to ensure compliance and high performance. His school system thrives on competition and the fear of failure, creating an environment where students are motivated by the anxiety of exclusion. To him, fear is not merely a tactic. It's the glue that holds his structure together. You must fear becoming weak or excluded, he implies, pushing students to constantly strive for perfection. Yet, at what emotional cost? The formative ecosystems of both characters provide further insight into their contrasting philosophies. Koro-sensei's classroom is a sanctuary of respect and encouragement, where failure is not synonymous with shame, but a stepping stone toward improvement. Students learn to trust in their abilities, knowing that their worth isn't tied to their performance, but rather their willingness to learn and grow. Here, Koro-sensei assumes the archetype of the mentor, guiding without imposing, challenging without demeaning. Asano's institution, however, embodies the shadow archetype, where hierarchy reigns supreme. In his school, falling behind equates to a loss of value, and the constant pressure creates an atmosphere fraught with anxiety. Students learn to associate their self-worth with their achievements, a dangerous slope that risks making personal value conditional. This system forces them into a perpetual state of competition, where they must outshine peers to feel secure. As the series progresses, we witness how these leadership styles ripple through their respective ecosystems, shaping the lives of those they influence. In Koro-sensei's world, students like Nagisa and Karma evolve, their growth reflecting the freedom to explore their capabilities. Under Asano's reign, however, we see the toll of fear manifesting as stress, and a sense of inadequacy among students who struggle to maintain their ranks. The relationship between Koro-sensei and his students is one of mutual respect. Despite his playful demeanor, his intentions are transparent. He challenges them not to break their spirit, but to ignite their potential. It's a relationship built on trust, where students know that his expectations are rooted in a desire to see them succeed on their own terms. This dynamic starkly opposes Asano's, where students must constantly prove their worth, often at the expense of their own well-being. The rivalry between Koro-sensei and Asano is more than personal, it is philosophical. Koro-sensei's classroom serves as a constant challenge to Asano's philosophy, demonstrating that structure does not require fear. Conversely, Asano's system underscores the efficiency of fear, though short-lived, as students relentlessly pursue success, driven by the panic of falling behind. As we delve deeper, we must ask, what do these systems produce over time? Koro-sensei's approach, though chaotic on the surface, nurtures resilience and courage, fostering a sense of ownership among students. By allowing failure without the threat of humiliation, he instills a deeper understanding of growth, that it is not linear nor defined solely by victory. In contrast, Asano's reliance on fear may achieve immediate results, but it cultivates a landscape where emotional well-being is sacrificed for the sake of appearance and rank. The narrative challenges us to examine the broader implications of these philosophies. What happens when fear becomes a default motivator? And conversely, what is the true power of empowerment? As we ponder these questions, it becomes clear that the real test lies in the balance of power, where leadership must navigate the delicate line between standards and human dignity. In the heart of this narrative, we are called to reflect on our own lives. Do we lead with fear or with empathy? Do we measure success by our achievements or by our capacity for growth and understanding? These are questions not just for Koro-sensei and Asano, but for each of us. The path to self-reflection is illuminated by the struggles and triumphs of these characters. By understanding the undercurrents of their philosophies, we gain insights into our own motivations and the impact of our choices. As the story unfolds, we are invited to look inward, to question, and to evolve with a deeper appreciation for the complexities of power and its role in shaping who we become. The tension between Koro-sensei and Asano offers us a profound examination of leadership's dual nature. We see Koro-sensei embodying the mentor archetype, guiding students through failures and triumphs alike, unlocking potential not by dictation but through encouragement. His presence within the classroom is a constant reminder that true growth emanates from within and is supported by a nurturing environment. This approach aligns with the Enneagram Type 2 in its healthy state: generous, altruistic, and deeply empathetic. Conversely, Asano represents the shadow archetype of this dynamic. His insistence on perfectionism and control can be seen as manifestations of an Enneagram Type 3 under stress, where the desire for success and admiration turns into an obsession with image and external validation. His shadow looms large, casting fear as a tool for compliance. Asano's system thrives on competition, where students are driven not by their own intrinsic motivation, but by the fear of inadequacy and failure. This is where his leadership diverges from that of Koro-sensei's. It's about maintaining an illusion of control, a brittle facade of superiority that crumbles under the weight of its own expectations. In examining Asano's methods, we confront the reality of a system that might seem effective in the short term, but ultimately suffocates individuality and authentic expression. The students, pushed to conform to rigid standards, lose touch with their own passions, their creativity stifled by a constant need to measure up. This is the essence of the Enneagram Type 3's shadow, the loss of self in the relentless pursuit of an idealized image. The consequences are far-reaching, creating a culture where vulnerability is hidden and true connection is rare. Koro-sensei's approach, on the other hand, challenges these conventions. He invokes the trickster archetype, using humor and unpredictability to disrupt the status quo and reveal deeper truths. His methods might appear unorthodox, but they serve a greater purpose: to awaken his students' inner potential, encouraging them to embrace their individuality and learn from their failures. In this way, Koro-sensei fosters an environment where students are not only learning, but are also unlearning the limitations imposed by fear. The chaos he introduces is purposeful, aimed at dismantling the rigid structures that bind, allowing for genuine growth and self-discovery. This narrative invites us to reflect on our societal systems, educational or otherwise, that often prioritize results over well-being. The larger ecosystem, both within the narrative and in our own world, becomes a mirror, reflecting our struggles with power dynamics and authority. Are we building systems that elevate and empower, or are we perpetuating cycles of fear and control? This question echoes through the halls of Koro-sensei's classroom and into the world beyond, urging us to consider the legacy we leave behind in the structures we create. As we delve deeper into these characters' psychological landscapes, we also observe their potential for transformation. Koro-sensei, despite his wisdom and strength, is not immune to moments of vulnerability. His journey is a constant dialogue between his aspirations and the reality he faces, a testament to the ongoing process of shadow integration. Similarly, Asano's rigid exterior hides an inner struggle, a battle between his desire for control and a deeper, perhaps unacknowledged longing for connection and authenticity. Ultimately, this story paints a complex portrait of human nature, where every character is a reflection of the multifaceted aspects within each of us. The interplay of these dynamics challenges us to confront our own shadows, to embrace the potential for growth through empathy and understanding, and to reimagine the ways we lead and inspire. In this shared human experience, we find the courage to transform fear into empowerment, competition into collaboration, and power into purpose.